Welcome to another edition of Breaking News, brought to you by Source Selection Soundbites. Today's soundbite discusses Pitney Bowes, Inc., or PBI, decided at the GAO. In this acquisition, the General Service Administration had a requirement for the procurement of mail inserter shear folder machines. The Statement of Work, or SOW, listed a number of specific requirements for the folder inserters, which is consistent with the agency's assertion that it intended the acquisition to be a procurement for the brand name PHES 200 equipment or an equivalent product that could meet the specifications in the SOW. The specifications also included the following requirements. 1. A high-capacity sheet feeder with a capacity of up to 1,000 per feeder with the capability of loading on the fly. 2. A feeder swap capability for up to 10 sheet feeders per machine. And 3. One envelope feeder to handle all types of envelopes from letters to flats. Upon reading all of the requirements, PBI filed a protest before the solicitation closed. Pitney challenges specifications in the SOW requiring high capacity, the sheet feeders that are capable of being loaded on the fly, folders inserters that have a feeder swap capability for up to 10 sheet feeders per machine, and folders inserters that have an envelope feeder capable of handling all types of envelopes from letters to flats. According to the protester, the requirements are unduly restrictive of competition and amount to a de facto sole source requirement. The agency asserts that the requirements are necessary to improve employee efficiency and save office space. En route to finding against the agency, the GAO stated that the determination of the government's needs and the best method of accommodating them is primarily the responsibility of the procuring agency, since its contracting officials are most familiar with the conditions under which supplies, equipment, and services have been employed in the past and will be utilized in the future. To the extent a protester challenges a specification as unduly restrictive, that is, challenges both the restrictive nature of the requirement as well as the agency's need for the restriction, the procuring agency has the responsibility of establishing that the specification is reasonably necessary to meet its needs. Given this paradigm, the GAO examined the agency's rationale for each of the requirements and determined that the agency's answers did not establish a rational basis for the requirements. Thus, the protest was sustained against the agency. Now, let's address a few of the lessons learned from this protest. They include 1. The agency has great discretion to establish its needs and the best way to meet them. 2. When a requirement is challenged as unduly restrictive, the agency bears the burden of establishing its requirements are reasonable. And 3. When the agency fails to establish that its requirements are reasonably related to its minimum needs, it is likely that a protest will be sustained against the agency. In this episode of Source Selection Soundbites, we discussed the PBI case, some nuances of writing an effective PWS and the consequences of including unduly restrictive requirements. This concludes today's Source Selection Soundbite. If this video was helpful, hit the like and subscribe button to ensure you don't miss any new material. If you want more details on the subject, they are available on the Source Selection Answer app. It contains lectures, quizzes, court cases, sample documents, and more material that allows practitioners to quickly obtain actionable knowledge. Thanks for watching. See you next time.